not Tim running late. So let's kick it. Get the stream a couple of seconds to get out there. Say we online on Facebook. Say we online on YouTube. I don't see nothing popping off with LinkedIn, but I guess that's cool too. Say we on Twitch. No, we ain't on Twitch yet. We on Periscope. Gonna send out the black signal. Get the family together on this day where we celebrate our ancestors. Set my camera up right. Yep, yes, y'all. It's time for us to get it popping. Let's see what's up. Okay. Take that off. Black signal went out. Set us up on there. Make sure we on Facebook. I'm missing something. Something's missing. What's missing? Something is definitely missing. Okay. So the black signal went out. Oh, Facebook want to act brand new on the brother. What's going on? I don't know what's going on here. All right. Well, one of our chats are up. Great Ujamaa to each and every last one. I want to thank you for taking the time for joining us here at Gye-Nyame Journey. Just give us a little bit of time so that we could go on and say chat is disabled for this live stream. What in the world and why? You don't invest. I don't invest for chat not to be up. Chat up on YouTube. See what's going on Facebook. We got 2 more likes. Thank you for joining the family. All right, so now the goal coming around this time. I want to get our YouTube channel up to about 1,000. So check us out at gnjmedia.live. Once again, that's gnjmedia.live. Okay, so it appears that we are up on Facebook. We're going to go and set up everything, and then we'll get into the matters at hand. Hopefully the sound is working. It took me a little while. Last night I was up working, trying to experiment, trying to see how I could get a better sound. Got kind of gun shy after certain stuff started happening. And also I had to figure out what was going on with the stream when I was sharing it with y'all and I wasn't able to be heard. So I kind of got that worked out. Not really understanding how it's working. Great Ujamaa to you as well, Brother Kwame. Great to see you on this snowy day. Great to see you. Let me lock up the screen real quick so that everything is everything. All right. So, great Ujamaa to y'all family, man. Listen, so we are in the throes of planning for the Malcolm X Festival. That's what's missing. I need to get the link for the Malcolm X Festival up so that I can make sure I share it with the family. Then we'll be able to get started. I knew I was missing something. I just couldn't put my finger on it. But now I got my finger on it. We're going to solve that problem. So I want to thank all those that have been checking out the Malcolm X Festival. those who have been giving. You know what I'm saying? The goal this year is we want to raise about, not even about, we need to raise about $4,000 so that we can have a nice festival. I want to have a spectacular and a fantastic festival. So family, you know what I'm saying, you can share this URL and share it. Make sure people know about it so that they could come on out. Make sure, I won't post it up. What's going on with the chats? Everything moving slow this morning. And it looks like the image is a little bit delayed. So let's go ahead. I'm going to post this up. MX Fest. Alright, the family's coming in slowly but surely. Coming in. Wow. I'm going to post it there. I'm going to post it here. So I get some points. We'll make sure I need to get those points because Kwame killing the game with the points on Gye-Nyame Journey. Family, I want to thank, once again, I want to thank you for joining us in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. Where are you, Anime? I'm trying to stall for you, girl. I see you on the screen. The place where your hustle builds muscle. Anime. Come on, y'all. Clap for Anime. She ain't feeling it this morning. Come on. What's wrong with you, girl? What's going on? I know. The place where your hustle builds muscle. Can we get it? Can you do it for us? Thank you, girl. Thank you. So good. You're such a good Phoenix. Sometime. That was kind of late, but you still ain't pulling it all the way from. You got to pull it from down here, girl. You got to pull it from down here. Okay? Work with me. I'm trying to work with you. You know, we don't want to, don't want to get disrespectful on air. Of course, this is the Daily Toast. I'm your host, Brother Hatim. And this is December production. December, you was a little bit too anxious, brother. Slow down. But we strive to blow up. Move your body and drink some water. glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, man. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then. Now take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Hey, raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But once again, remember those 4 pillars of health every day. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Now, hey, take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body, hey, hey. Toast your ancestors, drink up. Come on, drink your water with me. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. I believe in you. Come on. Family, thank you for coming out on this beautiful day. Let's go and set the stage for this daily toaster thing we got popping off right here, right now. You know what I'm saying? Because we are here and we are gathered to toast and celebrate our ancestors. And we have come up with a daily toaster page. Look at that. We're literally standing on the shoulders of our ancestors with our daily toast list, right? I mean, Gye-Nyame Journey, we're trying to move into the 22nd century. You know what I'm saying? All my computers are slow. It's older, but you know, I'm living that ADOS life, so I do what I can. But you see that we are resting on the shoulders of our ancestors. Sitting right here. I mean, it's just, and it's only gonna get better with time. All right, so family, we had our first planning meeting for the Malcolm X Festival for everyone that would like to, that is interested in being involved in that planning. You know what I'm saying? You need to reach out to us. You can hit us up on our Facebook page. You can hit us up on our YouTube page. You know what I'm saying? Gye-Nyame Journey, of course. Let us know. Those that want to donate, I put up the link for the Malcolm X Festival donators. You can go in. Even I don't consider a donation. We're exchanging. We're exchanging value. You're giving us money. We're giving you digital content. So in the digital content, once you purchase, you get $50 worth of digital products. That's MP3s, that's videos, that's PDF books. You know what I'm saying? So family, I'm trying to make sure that when you give, we give something back to you, because that's how you get the cycle of reciprocity working. And you know, I'm a firm believer in getting that reciprocity working. So I want to send shouts out to all the family members that was there. Also this weekend, we will be having our Warrior Nation Builder Elder Training. Gye-Nyame Journey is gathering and everybody is coming with something this weekend. Now, I am going to be focused on the whole Ujanomics piece. So anybody that wants to learn about the Ujanomics, by all means, y'all need to come on out so that you can go get a gander of some of the stuff that we're going to be working on. Because the meetings now, the goal is to start gearing the meetings towards developing the content for Ujanomics. Mali and Mansa Musa were famous for their gold mines. You know what I'm saying? Songhai, or Songhai, however you say it, and Ghana were famous for the gold mines and the trading routes. And they used to transport things of value across these trade routes, right? But they all had staples in their society, and they all had things within their territory that could also produce wealth, things that other people wanted. Our wealth is our digital content, our intellectual property in Gye-Nyame, right? Because we don't have no actual physical property out here, or at least most of us don't. But the property that we do have, that we need to start really learning how to harness, learning how to refine, learning how to shape into precious forms, is our intellectual property. And that's one of the things that we're going to kind of be talking about at Gye-Nyame. How can we start producing intellectual property that will be appealing to the masses, and people will want to exchange their money for what we have. Not just because they're supposed to, but we are producing something that they want, right? So that's what I'm going to be covering. So Sister Tracy, she says she's going to cover, I can't remember which question it is, but as a man thinketh, or as a woman thinketh. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, Brother Kwame going to do something. I don't know if Sister Navita is going to do something. But everybody going to bring something. And we also going to have the African dance. And eventually we'll get back into the martial arts and the drill and all this. We got to build everything back up. Every year is, we rise from the ashes, right? Because Kwanzaa takes a whole lot out of a lot of us. That's a 7-day celebration, you know what I'm saying? And building up to it, it's a lot of tension, but then when it's finally here, make it happen, right? Then we got to go on and start the whole process over for the Malcolm X Festival, which will be on May 16th. And be ready for the, I'm going to be sending out the event. We're going to be boosting it. And family, please like and share. We have to start using these digital tools for more than just passing foolishness. You know what I'm saying? We need to make sure we get it out there. Now, it will be on May 16th. And because, like I said, we're not quite ready up. We're not up to the point where we could run headlong into that May 21st weekend type thing. You know what I'm saying? So 21st, 22nd. Because, black folks, you know how we do. You know how people do. We going to go support. I ain't going to say that. Because we had enough people last year. But I want to get about 1,000. Let's say, about 1,000 people. Or at least 1,000 people coming and checking out the vendors. And Lord have mercy, I got some problems at my bank. I can see it on my phone. Now I'm feeling kind of anxious. How you say anxious right now. So let's go and let's do this toast so I can see what's going on with my bank account, because it don't look like no damn good news. Don't bring me no bad news. No bad news. Oh God, this one, man. When I'm off this show, I can get it off. When I'm on the show, it does not want to cooperate. So I have to build up the pressure. I have to shake it up. Let the pressure Going and slowly work it out. And hopefully the bottle don't blow up in the process. Because this is a living food. This is a living. And I think it slipped down there some more. Good grief. All right. Let's get the other. Well, the other coffee ambrosia is almost done. The mango. We're going to go with the mango today. Let's go with the mango weekend. I love that sound. I love that sound. And that nice little mango flavor that pops off it is incredible. All right. So on to the toast. On to the toast. Once again, we are standing on the shoulders of our ancestors. And family, we raise up our glass. Remember, check us out at gnjmedia.live. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe so that you can get those points, because I am on OBX. Oh, I got to get on the other one. I haven't figured out how to do the Streamlabs one yet. But once I get the Streamlabs one together and figure it out, because I'm going to take some time this weekend, along with other things I got to do, and try to figure out how to do the Streamlabs one. Once the Streamlabs is working, I'll be able to control the contest a little bit better. And we're going to have a few giveaways up until the Malcolm X Festival. Tonight we will be doing, we got a Black History celebration, so it's a good chance that I won't do a show tonight, but just in case I got the energy. Family, one of the books that you'll get when you donate to when you purchase the, in a sense, support the Malcolm X Festival. Let's say that, support the Malcolm X Festival, is you get the PDF of the Gye-Nyame Journey workbook, tribal quotes. We just went through this one, and this is what we usually do on Ujamaa nights, right? Like tonight. But now we finished the book, so now we are into the African openings to the Tree of Life. And I would love to give a PDF of this, but I don't own the copyright of it, so that's something I'm working on. Also, those that are joining us tonight, it will be a good time to have one of the Gye-Nyame Journey. How they got this? Okay. The Gye-Nyame Journey media diary, notebook, so that you keep track of your progress as we go through these folk tales. And we go through the quotes, help get your mind together. Also, make a good dream journal. Brother Bonacci came and he said, if you're serious about spirituality, but you ain't got a dream journal, you just playing games. You know what I'm saying? I said, damn. Dream journal. Brilliant. Got a dream journal. All right, so here we go. We're going to lift up our glass. Lifting up our glass and we salute the Creator by whatever name you choose to call the Creator. We lift up our glass and we salute and we say the mighty words or the mighty word, I say. From their family. Damn, I got two things on my thing. Oh my God. I just gotta make it through the day. All right. So we move from there. We lift up our glass and we salute our ancestors, and we're going to go through the ancestor list. I'm going to try to go as far as I can by memory. Then I will go on and pull out my sheet. So we'll start with Miles Brown, Mr. Ann, Robin, Texana, Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie Tilly, Georgia, William Walter, Christopher Pendergasson, Lena, Uncle Chris, Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Jenny Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pimenel, No More X, Pet Mott, Ron Malik Fakour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulley and the Luxter brothers, Miss Edith Brooke Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Jay Brunson, Alonzo Johnson, Alonzo Johnson. Oh, God. I lost the rhythm. I apologize. That's a little bit sooner than we usually start. We are at Jimmy Williams, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith. Let me go. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Grinderman, Virginia Rogers. Family, forgive me. We just gonna go off the list. Virginia Rogers, where were we? Senior, Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell. All right, let me say it loud. We're going to start at Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renneman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lewis Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Barry Beatty, Sarah Well, Levita Farmer, Agoso Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keishla Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Gerald Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mitchell Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hedda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Labina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Derrida Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Betsy Johnson, Hannah Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatet Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey and Eleanor Howe, Frank and Russell Davis. I lost my place. I was going off. That's what I get. Frank and Russell Davis. Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey and Eleanor Howe, Frank and Russell Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Bina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson, Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Diddy Montaries, Gina Roop Jones, Jana Callahan. We got William Walter West, Nigel Paris, Elder Basigi Fulani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFritas Hines, Ines Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Headley, Elma Hine, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spradley, Kevin Spradley, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee, Print Up Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Hazel Cadney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Everett Sr., Sam Everett Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Archie Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gatson, Jerry Bradley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacy Strice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Had Senior, Molly Miller, Housing Hashtag Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Norita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Brett Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Melly and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Corporal, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mae Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Alvis Molly, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erlington Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Aldry, and West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, and Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Pat Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brownlee Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruth Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Hosanna Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rayshawn Easley, Javale McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broaders, Reginald Alvin, Mazarine Cooper, George Swan, Emmanuel Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Andy Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. And from there we move to the Black Book. We got Joella Giles, James Carswell, Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Sheldon Jr., Damien Todd, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Germonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severn Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid is in transition, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Margaret III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Cassandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry L. 62nd, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, L.L.T. Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem Nkomo, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Karimi Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla, Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Justin Carl White, Jesse Woods, T.L.R. Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha DeMond, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Murrow, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Murrow, Sylvester Foster, James and Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence, Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Cooper, Ozell Leathers Jr., Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Toot the Don, Saver Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Minter, Mary Smith, Juanita Florine, Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Jana Callahan, Danny Hill, Miko, D. Nice Hill, Andre Martin, Mabel Williams, family. We raise our glass to all of our ancestors and we give them a rousing word of Ashe. And we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move to the present moment. Moving to the present moment. Right now, we are on Ujamaa. Ujamaa, family, activate those reticular formations. It's time to go out and we're going to seek Ujamaa. Seek it in every place that you go. I'm telling you, it's there. Sometimes you got to look between the cracks and the crevices of life, and you will find our principles dwelling there, and you will find that because you have not been looking for them, you have not been seeing them. So family, I challenge you today to go out and find your principles. Find our principles because they're floating out there. For those that don't speak the language, Ujamaa means cooperative economics, and that is the day we are on Ujamaa. Today I want to give all of the Ujamaa babies a rousing round of applause. Shout out to you. So Ujamaa means cooperative economics. We also are celebrating today. One of the principles also in the Demotic principle today is reciprocity. Gratitude is what we teach the young people with the M7. Green is the color, as you can see by the beautiful green Daily Toaster shirt. And I got, actually this is the hoodie, and up underneath, I got the green Daily Toaster shirt. Repping that Ujamaa Day. Polarity is the Hermetic law of the day. Male name today is Yah. Female name today is Yah. Family, we raise our glass and we salute this present moment that we are in Ujamaa. We salute the moment because this is our time. This is when we are active. Our ancestors had their time. So when we toast them, we're toasting the past. Right now we are toasting ourselves, and we're reminding ourselves that we have a pact with our ancestors and we have a promise to keep for our future generations, because just like our ancestors passed us space and time, we have to pass our future generations space and time so that they can live their lives, right? And also we need to pass some resources, right? We need to up our game and pass on some resources. So that's what we're going to strive to do. So we raise our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move to our future generations. We toast our children's children onto infinity. And with that, we say, Ashe. From there, we go to all of our relations. And we say, Ashe, family. From there, we move on and we lift up our glass. And this is for that selfish toast. What is it that you need in this moment right now? We say, okay, cool, you got it, Ashe. From there, family, we toast the most marvelous, the most beautiful, the most uplifting, outstanding, and the most encouraging individual in the room. I lift my glass up to you right now. I thank you for joining us on the journey, and we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. I am out, and it's great. It was great chilling with y'all, but let me go and take a little sip. Mellowing out, nice. All right, family.